back. Let's get you the latest ground updates from the Chitradurga Sessions Court, which has granted the Karnataka police 4-day custody of the rape accused Seer. The court has categorically told the police in that hearing, while they demanded the Seer to be physically produced, that they will be given custody but should only give him treatment for any medical issue if the situation arises and is serious. Only then shift him to the hospital. So the judge has given the police custody of Shivamurthy Sharanaru of the Murugha Mutt until the 5th of September. The court has told the police that he should be shifted to hospital only if treatment is needed. The accused Seer, remember, complained of chest pain, but the court did not find the medical documents submitted satisfactory. Let's go right across to Shrija joining us with the very latest. Shrija, what happens now? We know that the court, of course, summoned the Seer, said he must be produced physically. They were not satisfied with the medical documents that were submitted. Now the police has been given 4-day custody. Does he move back to the hospital or does he go back to jail?
Well, he will remain in the custody of the police. Now, that's what the court has said. Now, clearly, the custody which they have sought, the police have sought, is still about September 5th. Of course, it's 4 days, counting even today. What's more important to note over here is that court clearly have understood what's really happened since morning. Firstly, we understand the police, try to seek the remand of this particular accused here. It was then we understand the judge had questioned the jailer as to why the information was not passed on to the court that the accused was immediately moved to the hospital. In fact, the jailer and also the police went on to talk about that he had developed serious health conditions and so he needed to be shifted to the hospital. So these are certain details which were not in fact shared with the court, and so the court had asked the jailer and the police officials to provide with the medical report. But however, since the medical report was not satisfactory, we understand the court had asked the police that he be produced physically. And of course, we did see just about a short while ago how the Seer, the accused Seer, who has been taking treatment in the ICU ward. This is in the Chitradurga District Hospital. We understand that, he was quick enough, especially the patient that he was. It was very quickly that he was moved out of the ICU in a wheelchair. He was brought in a van and right here to this court, in the District Sessions Court. And also, while he was being taken into the court, he was taken in a wheelchair. And the court has also made remarks that they are giving the police the 4-day custody. This is till September 5th. And which means, of course, the provision does not provide. He will remain in the custody of the police. That means the police can continue with the questioning, but only if the situation arises or if it is very serious, only then can they move him to a nearby hospital. What's more important to note that earlier in the day, we went on to see how teams of doctors who had arrived from a nearby district in Davangere, they had assessed his situation, examined him, and that is when they had, in fact, went on to talk about how he needs to be shifted to a Bengaluru hospital, Jayadeva hospital. But now we see the court has taken stock of situation, saying that he will remain in the police custody, which means he will remain here in Chitradurga and not leave for Bengaluru.
All right, so the Seer will remain in Chitradurga. He has been sent into 4 days of police custody. The court being very categorical with the police there that hospitalize him only if he actually needs it. And this, Shrija, begs the question on whether this entire health issue, under the garb of which the police was ready to shift him to Bengaluru, was then just eyewash. Was it just to satisfy the growing public anger? Lots of questions for the state to answer as far as its conduct in this case is concerned, and lots more scrutiny lies ahead as that 4 days police custody is granted. We'll track this story very closely. Thanks very much for joining us.